Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we are playing a RAKDOS deck that includes cards from the new set, Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Other than that, this deck looks like a pretty strong, pretty cliche RAKDOS deck, and I'm guessing that these new cards are just going to tune it up to 11. If that sounds good to you, stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, 1 + 1 = 1 on a bun, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Filmed before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today once again from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, posted by TayMalice, called RAKDOS Good Stuff. And I gotta say, man, I love stuff by TayMalice. He always puts out a bunch of good stuff, bunch of good decks, and RAKDOS Good Stuff was just too much of a good name for me to pass up. RAKDOS Good Stuff. That was just a promise right there. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through the cards in this deck super quick. We're going to talk about what this deck should probably do, and then we're going to go out and crush some hopes and dreams. All right, what do we got going on? We got Creature Kill, Self Recursion from the Graveyard. Comes out as a 3/2 for 2, and you can sacrifice them to kill other creatures. This creature and Planeswalker kill or something else, as long as it's a non-creature, non-land permanent with a mana value of 1 or less. That's rather specific. Graveyard Ripping Apart forces them to discard or take damage. Forces them to take damage anytime they draw a card, and you gain life anytime you draw a card. This thing, this guy, let's take a look at this guy. If an opponent would lose life during your turn, they lose twice that much life instead. Damage causes loss of life. So yeah, this thing basically forces any sort of damage you deal to deal double damage. So that means Shoulder will start doing 4 points. If you have 2 of these guys out, then it's 8 points. So yeah, it's insane. Bloodletter of Aclazotz there. What does this guy do? He lets you play something from the top of your library. As you got to keep going until you get to something that's 3 or less, and then you get to play it. What is it? Whatever it happens to be. What else we got here? We got Poison Dudes. This is a man land that lets you discard a card and draw a card potentially. Some Hasty Spirits, pulling creatures and planeswalkers back from the graveyard, and dual colored lands and regular colored lands. All right, so that's what we got. What are we going to do then? We're going to put out some fairly strong guys for cheap prices. We're going to control the guys on their side by just killing everything left and right. And then eventually, ripping apart their graveyard. And then eventually getting out Sheoldred and using the Bloodletter to just damage as much as possible. Hopefully we got what it takes to keep people, with enough control to keep people pinned down, and enough super ramp damage-wise to take them out very quickly. All right, so that's it. Before we go out there and do our damage, let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. And we're playing against Casper. Nope, for dragons. Everything's coming in slow is a problem. This will help. Put out Bloodtithe Harvester. And here comes the block. Gotta trade off. That's what we gotta do. If he has the ability to take out a creature, he would have taken out a creature. Something in Shoulder It is safe. And apparently it's not. Alright, start discarding there, suckerfish. Alright, we've just been happy getting killed. I mean, that's what black does. Just constantly goes after your creatures. Destroy. We have nothing to throw away. We can't put out a little might. We're just building up Ob Nixilis, and he's not getting anywhere. He's about to get just hammered a little bit. Give it up, yo. This guy a devil? He's a demon. All right, there we go. Go for it. There we go. Start building back up again. The question is, does he like his cards well enough? You gonna try to take out Ob Nixilis? Yeah, we're getting ripped apart here. Alright, there we go. Put out a nice little devil. Is he going to try to get rid of Liliana just so he can get rid of the devil? Yeah, good for him. Alright, Wheel of Misfortune. Let's see what we draw next. Alright, it's a good card. Alyssa can't do anything about it. She doesn't have reach. All right, let's see. It drops it from 11 to 9. I should drop it by 2 more. They're coming after me. Use that life. And we win. And it's all Bloodletter, man. Bloodletter. Alright, we're playing against Axehammer. Unlike Mallet Screwdriver we played against earlier. 1, 2, 3. I am not a fan. I'm going to pick it anyway, though. Keep. Alright, here comes Big Butt. Alright, so I'm planning on playing the Bloodtithe Harvester next just because it requires 2 distinct mana, and Mirix is only good for 1 turn of having a color. There you go. Dance for me, baby. Are those your pals right over here next to you? Yeah. See, you looked where I told you to look. Right up there. Right there. They're looking right at you. How womp. Yeah, that took him a lot to figure out he could put out another land. Alright, Tenacious Underdog. I think award 2. I'll pay that price. Next, all in for 6. Is that a mana frog? I'm planning on pumping that guy up. Alright, and let's go ahead and start ripping apart graveyards. Alright, down to 4. We're looking really good. Yeah, we won. He's got a 4/4 guy. He can block a single guy. That's not going to help for you. Alright, he's got 2 guys that can block at the moment. Death! And in. That's how you win! Axehammer! Victory! Let's see, we're playing against Rendblade. Rendblade. I got out my Rendblade. Used it to cut me some bananas. No, Shikaka. I don't want to hear you squeak. I was really hoping for a faster land. Gone. This guy's playing RAKDOS as well. Oh, he's playing Mardu. Alright, there's 4. I don't know, let's shoulder this place. I mean, I'm guessing he's playing with direct creature kill. Oh, we're seeing a Vampire Tribal. Alright, that's cool. Alright, let's go ahead and kill that guy. And we're cool, no attack. No more battle crying for you. I'm down to 8. And he's got a bat. Lots of guys here to eat up, so let's do that. Alright, what's you got as far as untapped guys? Just 2? We're good. All in. Alright, we got 2 other guys that are pretty good at defending. I can't do much against those bats. They'll just have to fly over, but they're only doing 1 point. Flying disease rodents there. Let's see if we can get Discover. Shoot up! And we win! Victory! Alright, we're playing against InfectedYoshi. What are we playing against here? Vampire Girls? Texas Chainsaw Vampire Girls in trouble. Alright, Sulfurous Springs, my favorite card. I'm going to turn off the needle nose. Those guys are just annoying. I just don't need a machine on crack. And in for 3. Got some control on us. That's pretty good. Ah, I'm touching your water. All right, come on, my man. Yeah, put something out there. Shot in the face. This guy out for 2. And in for 1. Or 3 more. There we go. Down to 14. Okay, Bloodletter is going to be awesome. That means we'll be doing, what, 12 points of damage next turn? Maybe we won't. We'll just go ahead and kill this thing, whatever it is. Out of pay! Alright, there we go. Down to 7. So right now, even if we were to just get one guy in, if we had the Bloodletter out, we'd get him down to 1. Oh, that's not cool. I need to get another shoulder out just to counteract that crap. Let's do it. All right, down to 4. I think that Bloodletter is going to totally leverage us into an awesome thing. If it's out another guy, we are kind of screwed. Still, yeah, Shoulder's not going to do it. He won't keep us. Maybe if we do damage first, get him down to 0, he dies before he regains it. Probably not. He's looking to do something pretty massive. He doesn't know if he does Mana for it or not. All right, we are not going to attack in turn. How did he get back to 4? Oh, cool. I could take it. Okay, apparently we have to take this. That's the problem. Yeah, it's 2. Oh, you can do, well, you can do 1 more. No, it does work that way. That's the devil. Oh. All right, we are playing against Sara. Okay, Sara. Okay, Sara. Whatever will be, will be. All right. Haunted Ridge is slow, so we'll put it out first. Yoink. What do we work our way towards here? Towards Shouldered? He's playing Golgari. It's just... that guy just starts flipping around in circles. When I play with him, I hate him. Thing is, we just locked him into where he has to play him this turn. Otherwise he loses him forever. Yeah, he has to play him. So really, we did make him lose a lot of his life. Otherwise, he's not going to his time. Because he can't put down something for 3. Unless he wants to lose out on, you know, being Axe Boy. Yeah, he just didn't go for it. That guy's gone forever now. Alright, we're out of creature kill at this point, so we're stuck with whatever we got. I was gonna touch your guy. I'm gonna touch him. There we go. He needs to be quite leisurely. Ooh, we're not getting the mana we're looking for. Let's Graveyard Trespasser start going through his graveyard, though. Gone. Alright, so if he attacks, we can just block. And he can only kill one, but we'll kill his guy. Look at scratching his butt. Non-creature, man. There's nothing. It's all creatures in there right now. Can't attack, but we can defend very well. Oh, that's disappointing. Let's give this a shot. Alright, the Bloodletter is an excellent card. Works really great when you combo it with things that do passive damage, like Shouldered. I'm going to take out the other Bloodtithe Harvester is what I'm going to do. You can't do anything. It's still blowing smoke rings. Now I'll take out 2 points. There we go. Looking good. We'll just take him, drag him down. Yeah, to 7. Doing double damage. Okay, we got super lethal on next turn, provided he doesn't take out the Bloodletter. In fact, I think I could probably still kill him. If he attacks, yeah, there we go. And we win! Boom, boom, goes the room. Victory! Alright, so here we are with RAKDOS good stuff. And how was this deck overall? It was alright. It was alright. It was... I just didn't... Like, here's my problem, is that sometimes this deck just got manhandled. And there was, like, nothing I could do. There's no reason for it. All the cards in here are fantastic. The deck's called RAKDOS good stuff, and everything in here is good. I mean, I've seen these cards, except for the brand new ones, just because they're brand new, just take out things left and right. Each card in here, Tenacious D, Graveyard Trespasser, Shouldered, Ob Nixilis, is fantastic. And I mean, other than that, you got tons of creature kill in here. This deck should be just laying it out left and right. It's somehow, not so much. Who's been the worst against it? It's mono-colored aggro. That's where you get the biggest problem. Sometimes just a little too fast, and you can only pick off enough, like individual creatures at a time. You try to get out the life gain, they just happen to somehow luckily get everything they need to wipe out your guys that have life gain to it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I might have just been a bunch of bad luck. This deck should have done so much better than what I saw. We'll talk about that when we get to competitiveness. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? And I can tell you who it was. It was the Bloodletter of Aclazotz, right? Vampire Demon. What was great about the fact that he's a demon is he actually comboed with Ob Nixilis, so you didn't have to put out that little devil to make things worse. As long as you have this guy out, you could automatically get the, hey, if you got a demon or a devil thing out, you gain 2 life. So then, yeah, you could just start using your double Ob Nixilis to do whatever you want. But the fact that they double up the amount of damage being dealt from any of your sources, that is so incredible. It made things go so much faster. So yeah, that's right. Our Bloodletter here, the Vampire Demon for 4, which is a good cost, is the MVP of today's game. Congratulations, Bloodletter. All right, competitive. Was this deck competitive? Yes. I mean, it's a deck that wins more than it loses. What's my win rate on it? 56%, just barely. Like I said, I don't know if it's just the matchups I was getting, but I just barely got more wins than losses. That's all I can say. I'm not sure exactly how that worked out that way. It seemed like it should have been really good. I was expecting something more in the 60s or early 70s. The one card I kind of expected, it feels like it's a big loser, is probably Geological Appraiser. Just because he's a 3-2 for 4, and 3-2s are really cheap in this deck. That guy's a 3-2. But it does, he's kind of like roll the dice and you get something out of it, right? And the cool thing is that you can pay that thing of whatever's 3 or less without having to pay its mana cost, or you could just put it straight into your hand. So there's a lot of good stuff going on there. Usually I was playing some sort of creature kill. It worked out okay. But yeah, you don't have a lot of control over it, so he feels kind of weird. I'm not much of a random player. I don't like rolling the dice. I don't like flipping coins. I don't like picking a number between 1 and 100. You know, this guy feels a little too random for me. All right, so anyways, 56%. I bet you this deck will do better if you play it more. But yeah, it kind of felt a little on the low on the win rate side. All right, was this deck fun? It's RAKDOS. It's cliche RAKDOS at that. And you get your guys out for cheap, and they did some stuff. But for some reason, the game matcher, the ones you kept putting you up against all the time, I mean, I was constantly going against mono red, mono black, Golgari, just anything that was focusing on like red and black direct damage. So all the creatures I put out were getting killed constantly. Anytime I get shouldered would pretty much die almost all the time. I was scared to death about putting Bloodletter out because Bloodletter would just die. And we got a lot of creatures, just no enchantments at all. So it's just like you just had to kind of keep your creatures out. When they pinged those guys all off, you were screwed. You're completely out of the game at that point. So yeah, was it fun? It seems like it should be a fun deck, but the decks we were playing against kind of made it not as fun as I was hoping for. All right, let's see. Lastly, was this deck interesting? You know, I wanted to play it because it had, 3 new cards in it? Technically, it's more than that. I think Restless Vents is a new card. Yeah. But we had Geological Appraiser. We had the Bloodletter. We had Molten Collapse. Other than that, these are probably the most cliche cards I've seen in the RAKDOS variety for quite a long time. So it had a really hard time being interesting. It turned out to be an interesting deck because we learned things about the new cards. This one, it's not so bad. It's pretty good for RAKDOS. This card, I wasn't a big fan of. But Bloodletter of Aclazotz, as we said, this one was the MVP, the most valuable player, and is going to be used constantly in mono black. I mean, all the new mono blacks will absolutely have Bloodletter of Aclazotz in it. I'm just going to say Alcatraz from now on. The Bloodletter of Aclazotz. I mean, how could you not? You deal damage. This makes things do double damage. I think I had 2 of these guys out one time. It was insane, the amount of damage. I think that we doubled and then doubled again. Yeah, man, it was super, super, super cool. All right, so I think that's the deal, is that one card pretty much saved it being an interesting deck. Bloodletter of Aclazotz, and he's going to get so boring in the future that I won't give him those points anymore, because you're going to see this card constantly. All right, so let's add this up. Was it competitive? Not really. Was it fun? Not really. It should have been a lot funner than it was. So I'm not going to say no, but I'm not going to say yes. And lastly, was it interesting? Just barely. So I'm going to give this deck, I hate to say it, an A-. It just left a bad taste in my mouth because the cards were so incredible. It should have been a fantastic deck, yet the win rate was complete trash. And I just can't deal with it. Plus, it wasn't as interesting as it could have been. I was holding nothing but like old cards in my hands so many of the times. It just didn't really feel like I was playing with anything new. Yeah, there you go. A-. All right, so if you decide that you want to play with this deck, I hope that you end up having more fun than I did. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.